Hello everyone and welcome back. Here we're looking at Miley unsuccessfully trying to wake up Biddy at 6:15 in the morning. He comes back 10 minutes later and gets quickly told to leave. It's quite amusing to watch. But she eventually gives in and decides to get up at 10 past or 7 minutes past 6, has a few stretches and decides to start her day. So she's not back until 20 to 1, believe it or not. Nest building seems to be slowing down quite a bit at the moment, and I'd say this is because it's getting close to egg laying time. Now, unfortunately, with the camera angle, we are not going to get to see the eggs laid or when they are laid. But she will continue to build the nest while there are some eggs laid. I've seen them before. They will start laying one egg a day and will be bringing in soft material throughout. So by right, we could even have an egg in there at the moment. Now, I don't think there is, but possibly in the coming days, we could see an egg at any time. But what we will be able to look out for is the behavior of egg laying. And that consists of every time she tries to leave the box, she will try to cover up the nest hole to try to hide the eggs in case a predator decided to look in hopes of hiding them. She will also try to shuffle and move the eggs about, and she will do this with what will look like a nesting shuffle, except she'll be facing nearly straight down. And what it does is it moves the eggs about so they're getting consistently cool and warm in different areas. So the last 3 days have been pretty much consistent of this behavior. She will come throughout the day and sometimes sit in the nest for a few minutes and relax. And this could be, as I said, just a little bit of TLC before she decides to lay, as it is a very tiring time for them. They're after building the nest and then their bodies have to produce an egg a day, and a huge amount of nutrition is needed for that. And we can see in this sequence, Miley actually comes in and feeds her. And we hope to see more and more of this behavior, as when all eggs are laid, and as I said, they can be anywhere from 8 to 12, but in my experience, I've usually seen between 6 and 8 is my usual. I'm going to guess 7 this year. If you have a guess, leave it in a comment and let me know what you think. We won't know until they're hatched and we'll be counting their little heads pop up. But yeah, leave your guesses below. So I've put 2 days into this video, as I've been saying, the nest building has been tapering off. So the nest is pretty much complete. She'll just continue to bring soft material in until she's ready to lay or continuing to lay. So this is not yesterday, but the day before. And we will also be covering yesterday's footage as well. So she's been following the same routine for a couple of days now. She will do a little bit of work in the morning, visit sparingly throughout the day, and then come back in at 8 o'clock to roost. And Miley's always hanging around when she's doing this. He'll actually hop in the nest hole in a bit and look in, and he will sing in the tree for a little while she goes to sleep. You'd like to think it's serenading her, but in fact it's just telling all other male blue tits to stay well clear. So the following morning started off just like the previous, with Miley trying to wake Biddy up, which I find very amusing. He seems to come back 10 minutes later and then gets told off again. She hisses at him and tells him to get out. And Biddy actually has a little bit of a sleep in. She must have had the snooze on, and she sleeps in till around 7:10, which is very late for her. And Miley just didn't know what to do with himself during that time. I would love to think that this is because she has in fact laid an egg and she is just taking an extra bit of rest. You can see she's pulling a lot of material in, and at this stage we are only guessing, so we'll have to continue to keep an eye out. And if I certainly see anything that gives away that there is an egg, I will certainly show you. And as I've mentioned before, we will know when egg laying is done, as that is when she will start incubating, and only then. She will stay in the box for 10 to 11 days straight, only leaving to feed and being there pretty much 24/7 with Miley feeding her throughout that period, or at least should be. And there were very few visits today, but when she does visit, she's doing a lot of final touches on her nest. She sits in it, moves things about, and this might point towards again that there might be an egg in there, but unfortunately again we are only guessing, so we're going to have a little bit of patience and just let this play out and see how it unfolds. So I can't help but wonder, as blue tits stay quite local to their birthplace, they never stray too far from where they were born, and their territories are always quite close to that of their birthplace. So I've been putting out nest boxes for quite a number of years, and I can't help but wonder, did Biddy and or Miley grow up here? It would be really nice to think they did, but unfortunately we can only speculate and wonder and not know for sure. And I've said it before, but it always amazes me just how much work these little guys, and especially the females, put in to rearing some young. It really is what it's all about for them. So in the next sequence, she wasn't back in till, from what I saw, 8 o'clock, but it actually turns out that the camera had turned off for a couple of hours while there was no Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi cut out for a couple of hours. But within that time she had obviously came back and left, and she ruffled up the moss quite a bit. So that's coming up in the next sequence coming, but it will get better over time, and I've included a little clip from today where she actually hits it back out of the way for a little bit. So we're going to have to live with this for a little while, but as the chicks start being reared, this will get pushed down more and more. So we're going to have to watch this space and see how it plays out. So as always, thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying the videos, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye bye.